I don't know why my screen's so blurry. It varies. All right, so Caleb, let's take a look at this weekend, and it's officially bowl season. Bowl season is starting. I'm
First
thrilled.
today.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. So let's go through the games that we have this weekend, and we will make our picks, and we'll go from there.
All right, and before we get started, I want to say up front, and I put this disclaimer in all the gambling posts we do, guys, gambling odds are subject to change. When we give you the line, that may not be the line when you bet. So don't complain to us later over that. Some people
I
don't know
haven't
that, Amanda.
what? I've never had anybody complain to me about my gambling picks.
There was a network I know of in the past that covers gambling where they've literally had to cover themselves from lawsuits by saying that. So
Wow.
yes. Yes. So I'm going to say it up front just so we don't get sued on some petty lawsuit because you guys did not know that gambling lines do change. All right. So we're pulling things from FanDuel. We're going to start with a 6-6 versus 6-6 team bowl game in the Bahamas. Miami of
Woo!
Ohio and the UAB Blazers in the Bahamas Bowl. There are no opt-outs in this game. UAB's favored by 10.5, and the over-under is 45.5.
All right, I'm taking UAB with the points.
Really?
Yes, I think I'm a big believer in UAB.
I'm a I'm with you. I'm a fan of UAB as a program. I think UAB is very similar to it's kind of what Memphis did a few years ago when they hired Justin Fuente, which not a fan of him now given how he treated Hendon Hooker, but where they kind of realized they were a sleeping giant at the lower level in football. I think UAB could be that next program that's like that. Um, I'm taking UAB too. I'm also the over under is 45.5. I would have taken the under, but I think it's a little low. I'm gonna take the over.
So you may take the under just based on Miami of Ohio's quarterback being a 49% completion rate. I think that's really low, and UAB is really good, I think, against the run. So I'm gonna go with the under, but only because I don't think Miami of Ohio will score that many points.
Alrighty. Next up on the list, the only other bowl game for today, this afternoon at 3 o'clock on ESPN, is the Trading Cure Bowl in Orlando. Two top 25 group of five teams: Texas, San Antonio, and Troy. Texas San Antonio is a 2.5 point favorite. The over under is at 56.5 as of right now. Once again, no opt outs. Who are we taking, Amanda?
I'm taking again, and I normally don't do this because I normally like to take the underdog or at least with the points, but I'm taking UTSA. I think their quarterback's really, really good. I think that they're going to do great things against Troy.
You know what's funny is I actually agree with you. I'm taking UTSA on the to cover the 2.5 point spread too, and I'm starting with, because of the quarterback play, I'm going with the over in this one.
Same.
You're going with the over too?
I will go with the over as well. Yes.
All right, so those are the bowls for today. All right, starting tomorrow, we actually get some intriguing bowls that I'm not used to getting this early in the bowl season, quite honestly. The first is the Fenway Bowl. Cincinnati plays Louisville. Cincinnati has a few opt-outs, most notably tight end Josh Weil. They got 3 players in the transfer portal. None of them seem to be huge impact players. Same with Louisville. They have 3 players in the transfer portal, but the big story is Cincinnati is without Josh Weil, and Louisville is favored by 1.5. Over under set at 38.5. Yes, 38.5.
Oh, see, that seems like a catch. I don't know. That seems like a trap, I guess. Is what I mean. Because you think, oh, the over under 38, now go over, obviously. But I don't
But
know.
Vegas
And I
must know
know
something.
that, what?
But you're saying Vegas must know something
Yeah.
that
But I know that Cincinnati doesn't have, if I'm not mistaken, their starting quarterback, Ben Bryant. He's out.
Yes.
And I think that that will make a big difference in this game. So they both have interim head coaches. I just see Luke Fickle having Cincinnati more prepared, though. I know he left. He went to Wisconsin, but I think
Staff.
I see him having them a better coach team. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati +2
Okay. Well, so you're going them on the money line. Are you going them on the spread or the money
on
line?
the spread. I could see them winning by or I could see them losing by 1 or something like that.
Okay. So you are going Cincy plus 1.5, which is basically +2.
Yep.
I'm with you on that. I'm going Cincy outright, actually. I find Louisville to be somewhat overrated, massively overrated. If I think they are coasting on a win over NC State, who I think you and I also find to be overrated, particularly with the injuries they had at quarterback this year. So I'm going to go Cincy to upset Louisville outright. I'm with you over under, man. That is so tricky. And I get it. It reminds me of, so last week I got beat in the NFL. So the Vikings were a underdog against the Lions despite being 10-2. And then I didn't realize underdogs that are 10-2 to teams with losing records with the Vikings winning percentage are higher to teams with losing records week 14 and on are 0-8 against the spread, 0-9 now. So Vegas knows something when they set these outlandish lines.
These are all poser teams. Vikings are
Yeah,
posers. I'm sorry, they're posers.
exactly. So,
And I have
but
their
I,
defense on my fantasy football team.
oh, you do? Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I'm going to
It was
go.
great for a while till it wasn't.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. And well, Detroit's actually gotten good recently too. But
Yeah.
so I'm going to go against every instinct in me. And I'm going to take the under because I'm with you. I think Vegas knows something. So I trust Vegas. So I'm taking the under.
Yeah. They always win for a reason. So
So
yeah,
you're going with
I'm
the under
gonna
too?
yep, I'm going the under as well.
Alrighty.
I probably wouldn't touch it, but if I have to pick, I'm going the under.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. Okay, so let's move on. Here's another kind of like shell of a bowl game, honestly, particularly from one side, but Florida and Oregon State in the Las Vegas Bowl, first SEC bowl game. It's at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. You've got Oregon State 10.5 point favorites, over under 52.5. Amanda, I don't know where you are. I'm kind of all in on Oregon State covering, given how all of Florida's opt outs.
Yeah, I'm the same. Isn't Anthony Richardson going to the draft? Not that it matters that much, but
Yeah,
and then
Anthony Richardson's going to the draft.
their backup quarterback has been arrested on child pornography charges.
Oh yeah, Florida.
Florida's backup quarterback has been arrested on some unsavory things. So I'm gonna go with Oregon State. I'll take the points. I'll take them on the spread. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking them on the spread easily. Also, Osiris Torrance, Florida's I think most key offensive player, their star offensive lineman, is also opting out. So I'm with you. I think we're both taking Oregon State on the spread. Over under.
Going under.
I am too. I'm going under because I just don't think Florida's going to score.
No, unless they score defensively, I don't see them scoring, and I think Oregon State's too good for that. So I see. Yeah, I'm going under.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we've got the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl at
Oh
SoFi
boy.
Stadium. At SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. We've got Washington State and Fresno State, according to FanDuel. Fresno State's a 4-point favorite. Over under 52.5. Where are you going, Amanda?
I am going to take a Washington State with the points, but I'm gonna take the over. Over. Like I'm gonna take the over. I think I would take the over if it was plus 10 points.
Okay,
It
so you're
was,
taking Washington State +4,
uh-huh.
and then you're taking the over. Washington State has more opt-outs. The games in Cali could be closer to a home game for Fresno State. I know they're a group of 5, but the other thing is, I don't want to get dark, but there's a lot of players on Washington State still that were recruited by Mike Leach right now. I don't know what their mentality is going to be like given what's happened. There's still players on the team that played for Mike Leach.
I think
And
that'll be a motivation, honestly, more than anything. I think that will make them go out and want to win. Do it for the Pirate.
okay, I could see that. I'm going the opposite. I'm going. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna kind of distract him. It's gonna remind me of that when the year Alabama got to the national championship after losing to LSU. Remember, 2011. The
Yes,
game
I
that got
do.
him in was Oklahoma State losing to Iowa State on a Friday night, and I think it was a distraction from there was a tragic plane crash with the OSU women's basketball team that day. Um, I'm going to go Fresno State. I'm going to take the point. Fresno State covers. And I'm going to go over too. I'm with you. I'm taking the points. I'm going over. So
It's a big QB battle, so I think that's
yeah, I
yeah,
agree. Are you taking Washington State outright or just the points?
just the points. I don't like to do outright underdogs.
Really?
Yeah, most of the time I don't like to do that unless I'm very confident in the team.
See, my rule is I do it if it's within 2 points, just because the payout's so much better.
That's
So
true.
Okay, so we now have the Lending Tree Bowl with 5-7 Rice against 6-6 Southern Miss in Mobile, Alabama. I don't think there is a bowl less worthy of attention than this one. But Southern Miss is a 6.5 point favorite. The over/under is 45.5. No opt-outs for either team. Where are you going, Amanda?
I'm gonna take Southern Miss, and just because they managed to beat Tulane this season, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Southern Miss with this. And also, I'm not a huge fan of Rice because that's one of the teams that Coach Bryant didn't beat. It was Rice, randomly enough.
Really?
Yep.
I see that. I'm not a huge fan of Southern Miss because that is a program that is getting a bunch of free perks from on the backs of welfare recipients in the state of Mississippi because they're getting money funneled to them by Brett Favre illegally. So, um, but as much as I despise Southern Miss for that, and as much as I don't think they deserve to be happy as a football program or as an athletics program in general after that, because that was such a low thing that the program did, they're better than Rice. So I'm with you on that. I think we're both on Southern Miss. The over under is 45.5. I'm gonna go over. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Okay. All right. So next for us, we have that was the Lending Tree Bowl. All right, later in the night, we've got the New Mexico Bowl. That is going to be BYU and Southern Methodist. BYU has Jaron Hall banged up. Their quarterback Jaron Hall's banged up, I think. Campbell Barrington and Lupini Katoa also out. SMU has nobody that's SMU has no opt-outs yet so far. Right now, SMU is favored by 4. Excuse me. The over/under is at 64.5.
I thought Rasheed Rice was opting out for SMU.
Oh,
Their
yes.
star wideout. Yeah, they're all American
Okay.
wideouts opting out. So
I did not see that. Let's see. I think you actually might be right. I think you're right. Okay. Yes. He's opting out. He apparently has a toe injury. So SMU is without their top receiver. BYU's quarterback is questionable. So where are we going?
whew, that's rough. I think their quarterback plays. I think that I'm going to take BYU with this.
You're going to take
Plus the
BYU.
points. Yeah, BYU plus. Did you say it's 3.5 or did you say it was something different?
Well, it's
Because
SMU
lines.
favored by 4.
Yeah, but BYU is plus 3.5.
They're plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to take BYU plus 4.
Okay. I am going to take Southern Methodist, SMU, because I just, I don't know, BYU's been so wildly inconsistent this year. Um,
Sure.
and so I'm not a believer in them as much. I think the offensive opt outs, again, this is one where I think Vegas knows something we don't. The offensive opt outs lead me to want to take the under 64.5. But if it's that high, I'm like, does Vegas know something?
Yeah, I know. I want to take the under as well. And maybe Vegas does know something, but I'm going to go with the under.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't. I with even if BYU's quarterback is playing, we don't know how healthy he is or how hard he wants to go. So I'm with you. I'm going the under. And the last bowl game of the weekend is the Frisco Bowl. And I'm sorry, I always get thrown off when I see that because I assume the bowl game's in San Francisco, and it's in Frisco, Texas.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Um, but it's Boise State and North Texas. Boise State's a 10.5 point favorite. Over under is 59.5. As far as opt outs, North Texas has none. Boise State has 3 players out, but I don't think any of them were significant to the team this year, except for their quarterback, but he's been out since early October. So who are we going with?
10.5 is such a big spread, but I feel like, again, Vegas knows something we don't. So I'm taking Boise State.
I agree. I'm going Boise State. I think Boise State's just a better team in general. They've been proving themselves without their quarterback for half the season anyway. So, yeah, I'm going Boise State. The over-under is 59.5. Where are you going with that?
I'm going under.
Okay, I'm going to go over. So I'm taking the over, you're taking the under, and I think that's all the bowl games for the weekend.
There's one more, but it's not really a.
Oh, that's right. Jackson State and NC Central.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with NC Central.
Okay.
With the points.
If we're doing that, I didn't see a line for FanDuel from that one. But
Plus it's 14.
okay, it's
Jackson
14.
State's favored by 14.
Yeah, even with Deion Sanders gone, I'm going I'm going Jackson State. I got to be honest. I think that Deion Sanders won because he recruited a lot of talent. That talent is still there. Jackson State has Division I talent and FCS play, so I got them covering 14-point spread.
See, I think that they are more focused on the transfer portal now that Deion's gone. So I got NC Central.